If you have a sales data in Excel and you are still using formulas to analyze or summarize your data, you are wasting time. In this video, I will show you how to analyze your data in Excel using pivot tables, even though you are a complete beginner. Hi everyone, my name is Michael, and if you are learning Excel for data analysis, this video or this tutorial is for you. At the end of this tutorial, you will learn how to create pivot table, summarize your sales data, filter and sort your results. You will learn how to create pivot chart and slicers. So without further ado, let's quickly dive in. To start with, let's quickly open our folder. Then open the file, right click, open with Excel. Okay, here is our data sets. To work with pivot tables, you make sure your data set has headers. We have the date column, the product column, the region, and the sales amount. Then you can convert your data to a table format. My data is already in a table format. If you want to do that, you click anywhere in the data, come to insert, then you click on table. Mine is already clicked, so that's why I can't click it again. A shortcut that you can also use is Ctrl T in your keyboard. Okay, let's create our pivot table. To create a pivot table, come to insert, then click on pivot table. Choose where you want the pivot table report to be placed. New worksheet, that's fine. Click OK. Yes, this is our pivot table. Towards the right, you see the pivot table fields. Here we have the date, the product, the region, the sales amount, which corresponds to our column header as seen earlier. The date, the product, the region, and the sales amount. So with pivot tables, we can be able to summarize our data. We can summarize our data. We can filter and sort results. We can also create pivot charts. So quickly, let's try to summarize our data. From our data sets, let's get the product that has the highest sales amount. Let's summarize the data by products and sales amount. Take the products to the row section, then the sales amount to the value section. The sales amount is a number, so take numbers to value section, while the products goes to the row section. From here, you can see that we have the product with their corresponding sales amount. And this sales amount can be summarized also by default is in sum. You can summarize it in counts, average, mass, mean, product, as the case may be, depending on what you want. Then also you can sort it from the largest to the smallest to get the one that is the highest, that has the highest sales amount on top. You can as well sort it from the least, the smallest to the largest. You can change this header from sum of sales amounts to what you want it, double click it, and here you can edit. When you edit, after editing to the name that you want, you press OK. In this case, I'm not going to edit it, so I'm leaving it like that. Okay, so that is that. You can as well summarize by region. Let's remove this product, then put the region there. Say the Midwest region, this, so region versus this sales amount. So to get, let's sort it to know the region with the highest sales amount. See that Northeast has the highest sales amount. You can as well sort it from the smallest or the largest, whichever one you want. We can as well filter with pivot tables. So we can take this product, let's filter by product. So drag the product to the filter section here at the right-hand side. Then you see this pop up on the screen here, the products and all the products. Click on this drop down. When you click on it, you can filter by any of these products. Let's filter by smartwatch. Let's know the values of smartwatch per regions. These are the regions, but the smartwatch, you see that in West region, smartwatch gave the value of 1.4, like that. You can also filter by smartwatch. You can do select multiple items. Can select multiple items. See, can select multiple. You can decide to select all. Select all, you see that this is a value. You can deselect some, uncheck some of them, then see. So just play around all these features that we have here. You can play around all of them. So let's quickly create a pivot chart. Let's create a pivot chart. Let's take these products here. Pivot chart as product. Let's take the sales amount to the value section. Why am I having just 2 products over there? Why is that? Okay, because I selected. Okay, let's select all. Let's select all. Yes, that's good. So we can create a pivot chart. We can create a pivot chart by, let's go to insert section. Yes, insert section. Then we'll click on any of the charts of the choice. Click on this. Great. So whatever interaction, whatever thing you do here will still be reflecting on the pivot chart. So for instance, if we drag this region to this section, we can see that pivot chart has changed also. You take this region up, product has changed. So whatever interaction you do at this pan section or the pivot chart field, it automatically reflects in your pivot chart. Also, something I want to quickly draw attention to, if you want to, let me take this region to the legend section. Yes. So the region will now be at the column section. So yeah, the regions, and we have the products. You see, pivot chart has also changed. Okay, there's something I want to, okay, we can also create slicers. Yes, slicers. How do we do that? We can insert slicers from here, right? Yes. Click on it. Then what do you want to slice with? You can slice by, let's slice by, say, month. Yes, let's slice by month. Does that really make sense? Okay, let's slice by month. You see that we have just January and February. How is that possible? Okay, from our data set, let's try to filter. How many months do we have? Yes, we have January and February from our data set. Okay, so we can click on January to see the sales amounts per products for the month of January. Can Click on February, sales amount per product in the month of February. That's great. So in this tutorial, we've been able to learn how to create pivot table, summarize sales data, filter and sort results, and create pivot charts.